Last time, we talked about how Molly's PPF depends on how much labor goes into her farm and the efficiency of her technology, which means that her PPF shifts in response to changes in both labor and technology. We talked about how previously inefficient production could end up on the frontier, and how previously unattainable production could end up being attainable. But to do this, inputs had to change. We left off wondering if there's some way to exceed the PPF without changing inputs, using only our choices. It turns out Molly isn't the only farmer in the area. Another farmer, Andrew, operates a small-scale organic farm next to Molly's. He's also good at growing carrots and spinach. He can grow 4 tons of carrots per year and 28 tons of spinach per year. Molly is able to produce more of both goods, so we say she has the absolute advantage in both spinach and carrots. Molly and Andrew decide to form a local farmers guild, operating their respective farms, but shipping their produce together. The guild decides that each farmer will produce the same ratio of carrots and spinach. The PPF of the two farms planting the same crops in equal proportions in this way is just a line running through the two extreme points, like the two individual farmers' PPFs, but larger. The extreme points for the guild are just the extreme points for the two farms just added together, so that's 12 and 64. Let's look at one specific case to illustrate this point. How much can they produce of each good if they both divide their farms equally between crops? So Andrew will produce 2 carrots and 14 spinach. Molly will produce 4 carrots and 18 spinach. In total, this adds up to 6 carrots and 32 spinach. But Molly, having taken economics in college, realizes that their opportunity cost might be important when considering their choice of crops. So the next step is to calculate their opportunity costs. Doing this, it turns out that Molly has a lower opportunity cost of carrots, and Andrew has a lower opportunity cost of spinach. And what this means is that Molly has to give up 2/9 units of carrots for every unit of spinach, but Andrew only has to give up 1/7 unit. So Andrew is relatively more efficient at growing spinach because he's giving up less to grow it. This is an important but unintuitive idea. Maybe pause and ponder what's happening here with opportunity cost. There's another important mathematical realization here. When one farmer's opportunity cost is lower in one crop, the other farmer's opportunity cost must be lower in the other. So Molly realizes that maybe there's something to this idea, and convinces Andrew that the guild should specialize in what each farmer is relatively most efficient in, what they have a comparative advantage in. So Molly grows only carrots and produces 8, and Andrew grows only spinach and produces 28. To find the guild's total production, we just have to find the point corresponding to 8 and 28. So without changing any technology, simply by choosing their crop according to their comparative advantage, the local farmers guild was able to exceed their frontier from earlier. Let's say we wanted to produce more than our original point on the PPF, the 50-50 split. We could do that too. It turns out we can do better with both carrots and spinach. If Molly plants some spinach, but mostly carrots, we have more carrots and we have more spinach than we did when we made the 50-50 split in production on each farm. Why is this true? We found the trade-offs underlying the farmers' crop choices, and we chose crops that minimizes their costs, their opportunity costs. Andrew has a lower opportunity cost of carrots. He gives up less to grow carrots, and Molly gives up less to grow spinach. So specializing in the lower opportunity cost crop makes the guild do better than a simple split. The early economist David Ricardo developed this model to help explain why specialization in trade could make two countries better off than either on their own. Here, what we've done is looked at a type of cooperation between two individuals. What if, instead of looking at the total harvest of the guild, we instead considered each farmer operating on their own? Production of the two farms together was better off, but could we exceed the frontier of both farms individually at the same time? Is there some sort of coordination device that would make this possible? And the answer here again is yes, and we're going to introduce that in the next video.